The Shadow and the Darkness. Two lions that became legends. They were no ordinary predators. They hunted humans with a ferocity and intelligence that defied all explanation. During the construction of the Uganda-Mombasa Railway in the late 19th century, these lions terrorized workers, killing dozens and bringing one of the most ambitious projects of the time to a standstill. To many, they weren't just animals. They were vengeful spirits, reincarnations of tribal chiefs who vowed to protect their land. Welcome to Top 10 The Best. Today, we're diving into this true story that feels like it's straight out of a horror movie. Get ready for a journey filled with mystery, action, and suspense as we explore the legend of the Shadow and the Darkness. And if you love stories that send chills down your spine, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single detail. We're in the heart of East Africa in 1896. The construction of the Uganda-Mombasa Railway was in full swing, a colossal project facing unimaginable challenges. Rugged terrain, tropical diseases, and relentless predators. But two lions, named the Shadow and the Darkness, would become the workers' worst nightmares. These weren't ordinary lions. They hunted humans. And they did so with a ferocity and intelligence that defied all explanation. The natives of the region had their own stories about the lions. They believed that the Shadow and the Darkness weren't ordinary animals, but the reincarnation of two powerful tribal chiefs who had been killed during the British invasion. These leaders, they said, had vowed to protect their land even in death, returning as lions to drive out the invaders.
They are not lions. They are spirits. They have come to avenge us, to protect what is ours. The earth is crying, and they are its answer.
This belief spread among the workers, especially the locals. Many began to see the lions as supernatural entities, impossible to defeat with conventional weapons. Fear turned to terror, and the camp became enveloped in an atmosphere of superstition and despair. The first attack occurred in March 1898. A worker was dragged from his tent during the night. His screams echoed briefly before being silenced by darkness. The next day, only trails of blood and deep footprints were found. The crew was in a panic, but British engineers insisted it was an isolated incident. They were wrong. The second attack was even more audacious. This time, the lions invaded the camp in broad daylight, dragging a victim into the woods. The workers began calling them demons. After all, lions don't hunt humans like that. But these were no ordinary lions. The attacks continued. In the third incident, the lions climbed a barricade of thorns and dragged a worker from his bed. In the fourth attack, they invaded a train car, where the men thought they were safe. With each passing night, the fear grew. Workers abandoned the construction site, and those who remained slept in trees or on the train cars, fearing they would be the next victim.
They are not animals. They are ghosts. They know where we are, what we do. They watch us.
This land is cursed. The lions are sent by the spirits to drive us out.
In December 1898, John Henry Patterson arrived at the camp. He was a determined man, but even he was unprepared for what he would find. Lions had killed more than 30 people, and the railroad project was stalled. Patterson knew that hunting these lions would be unlike any other hunt.
These lions are cunning, but they are not invincible. Let's put an end to this.
John Henry Patterson knew that hunting these lions would be a challenge unlike any other. They were not like ordinary predators. They were cunning, patient, and always seemed one step ahead. His first attempt was to set up a viewing platform in a tree near the camp, where the attacks were most frequent. He waited for hours in the dark with his rifle at the ready. but the lions never showed up. The next night, Patterson decided to use bait. He tied a live goat near the camp, hoping to attract the lions. But instead of attacking the bait, the lions invaded the camp again, dragging another worker into the darkness. They seemed to be toying with Patterson, challenging him.
They are smarter than I thought. I need to change strategy.
Patterson decided to build a trap. He used train car doors to create a pen with a narrow entrance that would allow the lions to enter but not leave. He placed bait in the center and waited. The first night, the lions came close but did not enter. The second night, they ripped off the bait without touching the trap. Finally, on the 9th of December, 1898, Patterson got his chance. He positioned himself inside a train car with a narrow opening that allowed a clear view of the outside. He placed bait around it and waited. That night, the shadow appeared. The lion paused for a moment, as if sensing the trap, but then it lunged toward the bait. Patterson didn't hesitate. He fired, and the shot hit the lion in the chest. The shadow roared, trying to flee, but fell a few feet away. With the shadow dead, Patterson expected the second lion, the darkness, to become more cautious. But the opposite happened. The darkness became even bolder, attacking the camp with unprecedented ferocity. He seemed to be seeking revenge. Patterson realized that the darkness was hunting him. The lion seemed to know who his enemy was and was determined to eliminate him. On the 29th of December, 1898, Patterson finally got his chance. He positioned himself on a platform between two trees with a clear view of the terrain below. He waited for hours until the darkness appeared. The lion stopped, as if sensing Patterson's presence, but then it advanced. Patterson fired, but the lion roared and kept moving. He fired again, and this time, the shot hit the lion's heart. Darkness fell, emitting a final roar that echoed across the savannah. Today, the shadow and the darkness are on display at the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago. They are a silent testament to one of the darkest chapters in the history of the construction of the Uganda-Mombasa Railway. But for many in the region where the attacks occurred, the legend lives on. The belief that these lions were the reincarnation of tribal chiefs lives on, passed down from generation to generation. Thus, the story of the shadow and the darkness transcends time. It is both a tale of terror and a lesson in respect for nature and the cultures that inhabit it, a story that will never be forgotten. So, Top 10 The Best Explorers. What did you think of this incredible story? If you liked it, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos. We count on you to continue bringing fascinating stories like this one. Until the next adventure,